live.
Now we're live.
And now we're live.
It takes a few seconds for some
A
reason.
few seconds. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to the first seasonal. I don't know first. Let's just call it the first
Time period.
Invitational, day 3.
Yeah. We've got 4 matches for you today. Upcoming right now is going to be I completely blanked. It's going to be Spray and Pray versus Reef Rascals. Long day for Spray and Pray today. They're going to be in 3 of the 4 matches today. What do you guys think about some of the matchups here?
So for people who are just for people who have just joined the Slammin' Lid and have not seen the performances of Spray and Pray and Reef Rascals. Spray and Pray, as you might have guessed by their name, is a team of spray shooters, and Reef Rascals are certainly more balanced in terms of composition.
Yep. And we did see, interestingly enough, there's sort of I'll call it a transitive property going on here today. Reef Rascals beat another team day 1, What If, who then later beat Spray and Pray. So, to my mind, it seems like Spray and Pray is probably the underdogs in this match, but we'll see how things turn out.
I would say so. It does depend, of course, a little bit on the map, which we will
Yeah, we'll announce that one soon.
So, which we will find out in not too long.
As a refresher for people that have been attending the rest of this tournament, or for people that are just tuning in, the way that the maps work in this one is we have a randomly selected map at the beginning and mode for game 1. Then the loser gets to pick from 2 maps that are randomly spawned, but they do get to choose whatever mode they want on the map.
So we're just waiting for a few on the Reef Rascals at the moment, and then we'll get started.
I can see we've got some gamers in the chat already.
Gamers.
Yeah, should be mentioned. Reef Rascals right now, 1 win, 0 losses. Spray and Pray, 0 wins, 1 loss. So they're both on their second match. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep up the momentum in the case of Reef Rascals, or if they can start turning around in the case of Spray and Pray. Emram, do you want to go do a rundown of some of the weapons that we might be able to see in this match?
Sure. Okay, so let's start out with Team Spray and Pray, just because their team composition, like I said, very simple, very dedicated to the spray shooter. So their team consists of Pax, Venting, Aviva Kitty, and one more person, and Ash. And from Pax, we are likely to see their main Aerospray RG, equipped with Sprinkler and Booyah Bomb. From Venting, we're likely to see Splattershot Jr. or Custom Jr. From Ash, we're likely to see Splooshomatic. And from Aviva Kitty, they run a lot of rollers. Flingza rollers, their main Splat Roller, Carbon Roller Deco are their flex picks. Potentially, we might see some more, depending upon what they decide, depending upon their team strategy. So they're a very short-range team. They're going to be playing. They have a lot of shooters that are typically considered to be supportive. So instead of necessarily going in there and fighting for picks, or instead of going in there and trying to fight for picks, they might be going for a more passive, special focused playstyle where they try to ink up turf, use their specials, and advance while those are in effect. As for their specials, like I said, Aerospray RG will be using Booyah Bomb. It's especially considering that Aerospray's main weapon, that is the gun, is not known for its killing power. It's very short range. It's very inaccurate. So, and its sub weapon, the Sprinkler, is not that. It's
a little bit undertuned, one might say.
It's not one of the better ones. So Aerospray RG's best tool for offense is certainly the Booyah Bomb, which is a little unfortunate. It's a little bit unfortunate for them. The Booyah Bomb is very strong, but you can't main it, So, the Venting with their Splattershot Junior, their special is the Big Bubbler, which creates a temporary shield, a temporary spherical shield that the enemy can pass through but cannot shoot through, which helps to grab territory, helps the team move up, but is not necessarily the best on the offense, although that does depend on the mode. Their flex pick is Custom Splattershot Junior, whose special is the Wave Breaker, which might be is the Wave Breaker, which as we'll get into in a little bit, might be important versus Team Reef Rascals. Ash with their Splooshomatic, their special is the Ultra Stamp, which is a special that is the way that it is supposed to work in theory is that you swing a stamp in front of you, which pushes you forward and crushes anyone in your path and makes you invulnerable to shots from the front. What it does in practice is that it either pushes you too deep into enemy ink so that they can turn around and shoot you in the back, or they might just shoot you from the front, which is something that happens sometimes. Or the user, the Ultra Stamp, could just say, no, never mind, and just throw it like a giant bomb. Which neither of those options are particularly attractive, I have to say. And finally, we get to the Flingza Roller, which, on top of being probably the best fighting weapon of the three we've seen of the four mains here, just on account of its longer range, on account of its one-shot crush, is also has one of the better specials in the game, Tentamissiles, which when used call down missile strikes on the enemy team, which is very good for forcing the enemy team to move, even though it's not necessarily the hardest special to counter, but it is certainly one that forces the entire team. It's one that distracts it's one that can potentially distract the entire enemy team from the other side of the map, and force them to leave strong positions like behind cover or on a perch. So it's a very good special. It's certainly one that the team that can take advantage of if the team coordination is there. Especially considering Team Spray and Pray's generally short range but good killing power. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and on the Reef Rascal side, we are going to be having a sub here. Looks like Bluey's going to be subbed out for Strings from What If. On the Reef Rascals team today, we're going to have Sniv, who uses Zinc, Mini Splatling, can also use Tetras and Splatana Wiper sometimes. We'll have Alicia, who can use a lot of Tetras, very much a one-trick pony in that sense. And finally, Carnival uses Aerospray as well as some Splatana, N-Zap, and Splat Roller. The sub today, as we mentioned, Strings is going to be maining Hydra. We can see sort of a lot of different spot links, potentially, depending on the map and mode that we go to, as well as a little bit of Explosher.
I think the displacement special is going to be really helpful, placing a new backline for the Reef Rascals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially since Spray and Pray isn't going to have necessarily very good ways of consistently getting in other than their specials. I think it's a very apt statement.
I think that's everything. I'll be ready to start now.
Yep, it does look like, yeah, we have Strings in there. Alicia, sorry, yeah. Pronounced Alicia.
Not pronounced.
No, it is pronounced. Oh, it's not pronounced. Alicia, yeah. I can read. I can read so good.
Oh, the map is going to be Sturgeon Shipyard, and the mode is going to be Splat Zones.
Splat Zones. That's let me think. So Sturgeon Shipyard Splat Zones is certainly a map that could be good for Spray and Pray. The zone is on a hill with cover in the middle of the zone. So it's one where the sight lines on the zone are broken up by the fact that you can't see over the crest of the hill until you get until you get on the top, which negates some of the Reef Rascals' range advantage. That said, right next to the zone is also a perch that can be used by backliners to watch over the splat zone and hit whoever is there. So we'll have to see whether they can manage to pressure that perch and keep them off of it, so that they can take advantage of their better killing time in cover.
Spray and Pray with a Splash-O-Matic there. That is not a spray weapon.
That is not a spray weapon. It's a
yeah. This is a surprise pick. Splash-O-Matic, for those out of the loop, very meta pick. I think very high kill time, has Crab Tank, which is a very good special right now. Map stars. It looks like
takes an early pick. Two early picks. They have control of the zone. Strings is on perch, getting pressured by torpedoes from the Custom Junior. From Custom Junior.
You have a Booyah Bomb there, but not quite enough to do much of anything long term.
Arnie does go down, and now Snipe does too. Getting just separated from their team and trying to take on a 1v3 does not work out for them. Down goes Alicia to the splat roller, to the Flingza roller. That is. Zone is contested.
We do have a crab on the zone as well. Spray and Pray maintains control of the zone.
Alicia all by themselves out there. Let's see. Although they do get assistance. And Reef Rascals take zone. It will be, which is not good news for Spray and Pray. They will struggle to push in. They will struggle to push into the zone of control of the Reef Rascals. Although that being said, they are pressuring zone.
Yeah, pressuring zone. We did see earlier a very nice ledge kill there. Got to be really careful, especially when you're going against rollers. And it does look like we're getting a little bit of a push here, and it's going to be enough to take back control of the zones. Get a penalty.
She is alone out there with the Splash-O-Matic. And they do go down to the Tetras of Snipe.
Snipe looking to gets one, goes in for another, gets two, and gets taken out. But that's exactly what you're looking for with Tetras. You just sort of, as the phrase goes, turbo feeding. Going in, trying to make something happen. If it doesn't, it's not too much of a loss.
Spray and Pray is pushed back pretty far. Alina does go down by themselves on left.
Five getting another kill there. looking to... There we go.
Nice
Does
trade.
get the trade on the drop there, but, you know, that's another person taken out.
Very
And there we go.
back into their base.
Reef Rascals does take the lead, and it looks
Trying
like
desperately
that might
to-
be game.
Trying
There it is,
desperately
we have knockout.
to contest the zone as time runs out, unable to do so. That is the danger of a very aggressive frontliney comp like the Spray and Pray. If you go down, you're going to be forced to give up a lot of ground, which will give and we as we just saw versus the Reef Rascals.
Yep, and Reef Rascals, yeah, does take game 1 there. We're going to be going into our second game here. Let's see what the map selection is. Gonna bring up the wheels.
I love the wheels.
You won't see this in any other tournament. That's our unique selling point.
That's that's our brand. That's our brand
Oh,
right
it's
there.
mincemeat.
Oh
me on the first
no!
Missing medals
See
for
what's on
one.
the second one.
See what second one is.
Let's see if the
Eel tail.
oh no!
Maybe you'll tell you, we got
This
some
is
great
kind of-
picks for you today, huh?
This is kind of a nightmare scenario for Spray and Pray. I'm just gonna go out and say it. Neither of these picks suit the comp very well.
Mhm.
Mincemeat is both of these maps favor backline. Both of these maps favor weapons with long range, which as we know, Spray and Pray does not have a lot of.
I will say
At
it
least
was
they get to pick the mode.
yeah, they do get to pick mode. And I would probably bet money on. I'm imagining zones just because they do have that paint, and we saw in that last game, Spray and Pray took that very early, very strong lead. The issue is that they just couldn't stay on the zone for long enough because it was out in the open. So we'll see sort of how this next one plays out, but I imagine zones is where we're going again.
Mincemeat, both of these stages are going to be really intensive zones.
Mincemeat, Eeltail in particular, the zone is both very large and has a lot of cover in the zone.
Yeah.
Both of the which could definitely favor which could definitely be a point in Spray and Pray's favor. We'll,
We have an answer. Eel tail.
Eel tail, do we have a mode?
On. Clam Blitz.
Oh,
Clam
Clam Blitz, yes! Yes, yes,
I
yes,
was
yes,
love
yes.
to see
expecting-
that.
This
Very
is going to be a fun
bold,
one.
very bold pick.
I do kind of like it though from Spray and Pray. I can see potentially some sneaky plays because at the end of the day, Clam Blitz is a lot of just controlling space, right? They're gonna have a hard time sort of pushing up, but they're gonna have a really easy time painting zones very easily that they need to for Clam Blitz. And of course, I'm also just excited to see Clam Blitz. We did see a lot of, last Sunday, we saw a lot of zones. So it's nice to see a little bit of variety.
Clam Blitz is always pretty unexpected to watch. Like, it could change at any moment.
And it looks like
See
we
the
have
comps.
no more splash this time. We're back to NZAP.
And
Spray and Pray there.
Aviva has switched to Crack-On Roller with the Kraken special and I'm blanking on the name. Ash goes
Very quick
down
first
in
flag.
the early fight. Strings getting the pick. It's going to be as I've said, it's going to be a map where Spray and Pray will struggle to push in.
Yeah, I do really like the Hydra pick here because there isn't really anything to contest it. If they were, if Spray and Pray was running, say like a Charger or something, you'd see a lot more of a struggle here, and maybe something else other than Hydra that's a little bit more mobile. But there really isn't anything that Spray and Pray has.
It's going to be a very reliable special.
It looks like we're
particular,
about
I
to see a
think-
Clam.
Oh,
Doesn't quite
when
get
you
there.
Throw, you hate to see it.
But they do get a pick up
They do
again.
recover.
They do break
Recover.
it. Yep.
Nice spot for the Hydra there, I think.
And we're gonna see not a
Is the
big
last one up
combo
on
there,
Spray and
but we
Pray.
do get a lead. And we're going back into neutral.
That's a very good push.
Ash goes down by themselves, and now Snive gets 2 picks, 3 picks on the Tetras.
Very impressive. It does look like
that's a triple, baby.
There we go.
Oh baby,
They do pick up the pity clam, but it's immediately taken down by that. Let's see if they pick it up again. They do. Okay.
But they're being pressured on their plat. That's the raised area that you see to the right there. Hydra is controlling a lot of space right here and
very good pick from Ash there.
Spray and pray. Not a whole lot of options there. It looks as though Spray and Pray is trying to sneak it in, and they do
get it. And
nice.
They do take the lead.
They take lead. But only by 1 clam. Only a lead of 1 clam.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tight game.
Like this are not ideal in terms of clam blitz.
Yeah, I do have to say that push in to the Hydra was a very, very valuable trade on the part of Spray and Pray there, because it meant that they were able to push in because Repressals no longer really had as much long-range pressure.
Aviva getting a double. One of the nice things about one of the strength of the roller class in general is that it's
just sort of sitting there waiting for the Kraken.
Oh no!
They do get a wipeout though. That's very big.
They control. They're going to control this space for a considerable amount of time. Helped in no small part due to the use of Big Bubbler on Big Bubbler, which.
Big Bubbler was a good move.
But they did not have the clams to capitalize.
Interesting for me, both teams seem to be very conservative on picking up their pity clams.
It's a good move on their part, I think. Just because if you have a clam, any clam going into overtime, and Snive under pressure by Aviva, but they do dodge out of the way. Reef Rascals pushed up very far into Spray and Pray's base.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be pretty easy, but they don't quite make enough pressure. There is the Booyah Bomb there, and they are going to break, and they do take the lead there.
But that's the value
push.
of. You see the value of a strong push as opposed to lots of little pushes. You have to cope with the. You don't have to cope with the penalty that you get from scoring, and which makes things a lot more efficient from the attacker's point of view.
I think the Spray and Pray might lack the defensive capabilities to stop major push, because if they could, it's like little and often strategy. I think.
Yeah, it seems to be. We've seen that in Game 1 and Game 2 so far, where like they take a lead and then we get a counter push that just sort of immediately takes it back.
This might still be playful. Oh no,
yeah,
10 seconds left.
We do have 10 seconds left.
Spray and Pray does not have the pity clam. Unless they can pull something together. That is game. Unfortunate game once again. Spray and Pray takes an early lead, but Reef Rascals able to make a strong push that they maintain until the end of the game.
That was an unfortunate wheel spin, I think.
Yeah, I have to say I am quite impressed with Spray and Pray's gameplay so far. We have seen the sort of claw back into pretty major leads. The issue really for them has been holding on to it.
Yeah.
Holding space very difficult for a team with no backline weapons.
All right, we have wheels. Our first map is mid speed again.
Oh no, not again!
Yay! Okay, let's see what we're gonna actually be playing on.
There is a chance this could also be min speed.
And our second map is
Flounder Heights.
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
This is a map that definitely favors Well, I'll tell you what this map doesn't favor, and it's backline weapons, which is a
Yep.
gift. That's a gift for Team Spray and Pray.
Yep, it's very much a midline weapon or midline map, I should say, and also I can see a lot of ambush. So if we saw the splat roller earlier, I think we're going to see some of that.
Just
Lots of
waiting
ledges
to pick.
lots of ledges for rollers to play around. Lots of ledges for sloshers to play around.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very vertical map, which is something we don't see a lot of in Splatoon 3. So it'll be interesting to see how the teams play this one out.
I was not expecting this pick. Yeah, going to mincemeat.
Mincemeat
Yeah.
of all
We are
places-
going to mincemeat.
Zones.
Okay, well, zones makes sense.
mincemeat zones. That
This is
an
going to be an interesting one. This is going to be an interesting one. I believe that they're going to be struggling even worse with the Hydra here, because I'm going to assume that we're going to see a Hydra again.
It would be. I agree. It would be a very good move. It would be a very good move on the part of Team Reef Rascals to stick with the Hydra, just because on Mincemeat those sight lines for backliners on their perch are so open. They can see the entire map. They can see anybody who tries to approach, and they can even paint zone from that perch where they stand.
Yeah, I will say it is very fun seeing some of the chat reactions to some of these maps. We have the two sides. We got Flounder Heights, very aggressive support, and then just based mids. And honestly, I respect Mincemeat as a pick. I don't respect it as a map, but I respect people that are gonna pick it.
I respect it, but I am a backliner, so I am
Yeah.
biased.
Yeah.
So slight bias there.
All right, let's see if we have any differences in the lineup. Looks like we are switching to Flingsy here.
I think Flings
And
would be
double
because you could pull the
Double
Hydra down.
sploosh, which is
Yep, and just like I said,
very cool.
we have the Hydra there again.
And Vanilla NZAP 85.
Three Rascals pushing it very aggressively, gets control.
We see an attempted flank from Team Spray and Pray, but it does not work out for them. You can see here on the bottom of your screen, you see that those shots coming from coming from the perch of Team Reef Rascals. As I've said before, this is going to be a map where they are going to struggle to push in. They're going to struggle to take the flank, to play aggressively without getting picked.
Felicio pushing in, gets a trade.
I was not expecting this aggressive play from Flings. It's pretty playing.
Yeah, I was
Very
surprised,
much.
especially because you would expect in zones one of the strategies for Prey really wants to get in first. We did see Reef Rascals take right away, and it looks like they have a commanding control of this.
Unless Spray and Pray can take it back in the next 10 ticks, it's going to be a knockout, shutout victory.
There
Game
we go,
3.
very solid, and that's going to be the set. Reef Rascals takes
set.
3-0 clean sweep against Spray and Pray.
It was really in the first two matches, though. I have to say I was impressed by Spray and Pray's play. They came very close to a knockout victory in their first match on zones. I always forget. What was this? They came very close to a knockout on their first match on zones in Sturgeon Shipyard. They made a good push, took the lead early in Clams, Eeltail Alley. Unfortunately, we're not able to put too much together in splat zones in their final match on Mincemeat. Very well done from both of the teams, though. What are your thoughts, Pep Boy?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being entirely honest, I was expecting, and maybe this is just me having not a lot of faith in spray shooters, I was expecting all of the matches to be really more like the last one. And so I was very, very surprised, very impressed that we saw a lot more, I'll say, fight in the spray and pray throughout. I especially loved the pick to Clam Blitz for game 2. It didn't end up quite working out for them, but they did end up making a lot happen. What I will say, really, I think gave them a challenge.
It's very impressive what they managed to achieve. It's just those map choices were brutal. Like
yeah.
Did not favor Team Spray and Pray in the least.
Yeah, I think Flounder Heights was a bit of a mistake for them, or for not going, I should say. It was a bit of a mistake because they ended up, really, as you saw, not doing well in Mincemeat.
I guess those cars on sticks just they're not doing enough to nerf
They
Pipeline.
no, it has to be said. Let's see. Let's bring up a map of Mincemeat Metalworks zones just to talk out why in particular this was such a brutal shutout loss for them. The lines stayed behind. It's fine. It's fine.
Jamble system is really something.
Don't worry about
There we go. Yes. Here we go.
Hey.
Oh, wait. Let me see. This is. I'll be honest. This is the first time I've used Jamboard, so bear with me.
Inherent badness to working with a Jamboard. Anyway, I wouldn't worry about it.
What we saw a lot of this past match was just how much of a disadvantage team. How do I change colors?
If you click on the right again, yeah, you can click different colors.
I think I might have. I might need to refresh. I think I janked up the UI a little. There we are. And size. So imagine that you're a backliner and you are. It's not marking up.
Slight technical difficulties here.
Maybe.
There we go.
Oh, it might be that my pen isn't working correctly with Jamboard. It's fine. I'll just use my mouse like a caveman. Imagine that your backliner is standing right here. And this is it. This, let's say, is your zone of control. This is this range you have, say, as an E leader or as a Hydra, or even a heavy splatling, which would have a little bit less range. But the general idea is you're a very weapon. And let's say that you're the attacking team trying to push into that zone of control. Where do you go is the question, because if you try to go here, then you end up in a zone you end up in a place with no cover, where you cannot possibly shoot the backliner. They can see you, although it to be fair, Nintendo did fix it. They fixed the entire Mincemeat Metalworks, you see, because in the last update they added a car on a stick right here that doesn't block them from being able to see the top of the truck in the event. Even if you can stay here because of the car, where do you go from here? Because do you drop off here? That's once again, no cover. The backliner can still see you. Do you drop off here and then here? You're not in that much of a position, because you are closer. You are closer. I'll give you that. You are closer than if you dropped off into mid on the zone. But you're probably not close enough to actually threaten the backliner from this position. And you're likely to be and you're likely to be backed up in a corner far away from any other potential assistance. So you're probably going to go down. Probably nothing is going to happen. And it threatens a brutal shutout loss like the one we just saw. Mincemeat Zones is a problematic map for a lot of reasons, and it was a problem for Team Spray and Pray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Spray and Pray got some counterplay when they went into this area around here. They flanked round. Just to flank into that area, and that did get them out of the line of the backliner. The only problem is, Refroscals were playing so aggressively that it just didn't get any play.
And also, like, in order to get that flank, you do still have to go through the line of sight. So, like, once you get there, you're good, but it's very hard to actually get that flank going. And we do actually have Viva Kitty in chat right now. Do have to agree, like, absolutely awful map selection there. Really wanted to give you
Mincemeat. Pretty rough.
Let's bring up Flounder Heights for comparison.
And while we're doing
I
that,
went with a wheel system that had 2 wheels. I almost went with a wheel system that had 1 wheel, and then we just have double mincemeat.
Yeah. While we're doing that, do we want to go ahead and mark up the match record?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's this one. That is.
We have our second win for Reef Rascals, 2-0 right now. Very impressive showing so far.
I find it really hard to read my own tape. I made it this way.
Spray Prey takes their second loss. Should be said, next up, it's going to be at the top of the hour. Our next match is going to be Default Team going against Spray and Pray. So we are going to see a
schedule, if you will.
Yep. There it is, right there. We can see at the top of the hour, and again, as I mentioned before, Spray and Pray does have 3 matches today. Very long day for them.
Yeah, Flounder Zones can be rough.
It is, yeah. I will say that it's a map that is,
very intense.
it's a map where it can be confusing to figure out how to push up, because there are the most obvious way. If you're, can we switch back?
Oh yeah.
To the main board. Yeah. Thank you. The most direct way, I guess, is to push up would be to be here and then walk across this grate. Unfortunately, the backliner positions are here and here, and if you try to do that, you are dead. It does not work. And so the other ways that you might try to go about it are, if you start here, you can jump across this way, go this way, and then either go up top there or go up, swim up this wall here, or try to go this way. But which are probably the best ways to try to get in. They're the fastest ways. They're the ones that put of the backliners, because they have a hard time seeing over this ledge here, over these ledges. However, you do to actually start to aggress, you actually start to attack the enemy team from there, you have to crest a wall, and cresting a wall is very scary. And being on a wall in general is you can't ink up turf on top of the wall very effectively. If you do, it gives away your stealth. So you have to be there. You have to get a pick pretty much as soon as you get up there, which means you have to have your aim set before you crest the wall.
Yeah.
that's a very which is it's a tough skill. It's a tough skill to learn.
I think it's still a backline hell, but it's a different backline hell to Mincemeat. It's got different vibes, but it's still.
In other
neither of
modes,
these are good.
In other modes, this is not necessarily as bad in terms of like being able to push in because, like I said, these are the backline positions that are most reasonable, most like okay. But where else does the backliner go? You could try to be here or here and try and like control this area, but that's kind of out of the way. You still really effectively, you can't that effectively see over these ledges. You can't see behind this wall, which means that you're mostly controlling this area, I would say, and which is that's on the objective line for a lot of matches, for a lot of modes, but it's not a strong position, and it's not a very strong position. You could try to be on top of this wall, but that makes you very visible, and you can drop off this way, which is not such a bad idea. It puts a wall that they can't swim over in between you and, but it takes you out of the fight for a while, and so it's not in general a map that favors backliners very much. You would usually imagine seeing a heavy or a regular or a ZF charger instead of like E-Leader or Hydra here.
Yeah. As radio says, there is a potential flank route if you go all the way around, get to the back alley and up. Issue is that, it's very long, and that itself is pretty open. If anybody's spawning in or like traveling around, they can very easily spot you. So it's a lot of what I would say is solo queue strat.
I've seen a lot of issues before with this in tournament where, because there's just so many routes up, lots of teams split up and then get staggered going back.
Right.
And then that's basically it.
It
could be really rough to.
When you're coming up over these walls and trying to directly threaten the enemy team with a short-range weapon, you have to make sure that they're looking at something else. Because if they're looking at you, if they know you are coming, you are not going to get anything done. You will, at the very best, be forced to drop off and waste time, or and in the worst case, you'll die. So it requires coordination. It requires coordination. It requires a fair amount of map knowledge. And skill. So I agree. It's a little bit of a rough map. Do we have anyone from either of those to chat with us a little bit? Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't got the interview system quite set up yet.
Interviews.
I mean, you
in
can still
progress.
talk to them.
That's true. I can just pull them up, but they won't have any fancy stuff. And also, none of them are expecting it as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Surprise.
Okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah. Don't forget, we can always go on a break for the next 15 minutes because it is rough to fill.
Well, what I will say is something that we could do is get started on introducing the next teams.
Oh, yeah.
And by next teams, I mean next team, because Spray and Pray is going again.
Yeah.
They ride at dawn.
No rest for the wicked. Not saying that you're Spray and Pray. You're good. I love you.
I think Snive is subtly good interview.
We could interview the.
I'm worried what my team is saying to me now.
Interesting.
I need somebody to spell it out more clearly to me. I'm really bad at picking up subtext.
I think they're saying they would very much be interested in an interview.
Okay. I'm gonna pull Snive up. So that... some warning.
Bless you.
Apparently, they're just trying to scare me.
All right. Well, in which case, yeah, we can go over a little bit of the. Let's see here. Yeah, default team. Some of their players. We did see them earlier last week. I don't know if you want to bring up their, or I can run through their players and weapons real quick.
Sure. Last week they did win against Team What If, or that's their shortened name. Their full name, of course, is Team What If our team name was so long we break the UI. Huh? Can we do that? And the answer, as it turns out, is yes. They can do that, and they did. So we're just gonna call them going forward. We will see them. Let me see. We will see them on Sunday. We do not see them today, but we will see them on Sunday. Team Violet Vipers and a little team called the Hell Doolies. I don't know if
Zero bias. The commentary is completely impartial. It is simply a fact that Hell Doolies will go forward now. Just simply a fact. Yep.
It's fine. The Refroskers have a, I would say, grudge. I think it's mainly just me. I don't have a grudge against the Belgium, so it cancels out.
But yeah, so we have default team coming up in about 13 minutes. First up, we have Centratide. Uses E-Leader, Splatter Scope, some X-Blow. They've stated maybe some Stringer. We'll see. Next up, we have Zachary. There's a lot of custom Splat Junior, can pick up Tentatak, Splatter Shot, Solution-Matic, Sloshing Machine, Flingza, and also Splatana Wiper. Just a very, I'll say, diverse player there. We have Magnus, Aerospray RG. That's gold, if I remember my
that's the gold spray.
The good Aerospray. As well as Flingza.
Good is kind of generous.
Compared to MG.
Better Aerospray.
Yes. Aerospray that functions. They play Aerospray RG, Flings a Roller. Trying to pick up Doolies and Samper. We'll see what they sort of pull out. And finally, we have Basher. Plays Tetris, Ink Brush, and NSEP 89, though they're mostly a Tetris player. Which, of course, most Tetris players tend to one-trick or primarily play Tetris. You don't see a lot of people that are sort of like, I can do Tetris.
It's a weapon with a very particular set of skills.
Tetris
gaming.
Tetris gaming. Interestingly, we do still have, because again, default team is another one of the more, we'll say, standard composition teams versus something like Spray and Pray or Hell Doolies. They do have, instead of Hydra like we saw, does look like we're going to be seeing a Splatter Scope or E-Leader. We're going to see a Charger in there. How do you think that might change Spray and Pray's prospects?
Oh boy, well, I will say this. Centratide is a very strong Charger player. They're very, very strong. We saw them last week. We saw them last week get just popping off, getting lots of staying safe as it was, just being a very good backliner. Made even more survivable and flexible with the recent addition of the Ziff Charger, Z plus F Charger, with the Ink Wall, which allows them to stay safe from enemy fire, as well as to take positions that that the enemy team might not be expecting or might not with immediately. So I think that just in general, it will be they will not. it the
It'll be
obviously
an uphill battle.
it will be an uphill battle. Obviously, the Chargers do not have painting, or the do not have the painting do not have the paint output of a weapon like of the of a weapon like of the Slatling family, like the Hydra Slatling. But they can't take out an entire team on their own. They have to work one pick at a time unless unless something crazy happens and all four people decide to line up in a straight line so they all get collided at the same time. But the with their charge hold mechanic, they are considerably harder to stop. But with their charge hold mechanic, they are considerably harder to stop. To prevent them from actually getting their picks. You essentially just have to stay out of their sight lines or hope that they miss. And versus that is not a that latter option is not very attractive.
Yeah, you can sometimes get away with it if you're, mid ladder, solo queuing, but especially against a player that really knows what they're doing, like Centratide, you're gonna have a lot of struggle if you're just trying to run at them. Of course, we do, that is why you run something like Tetris. Although Spray and Pray, I don't know if did we see too much quick respawn on them last match? I did not see.
Let me check the replay.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that would be something I think especially Spray and Pray is going to need to rely on if they have it.
Annoyingly, spectators don't get battle logs for the games, but they do get replays that include battle logs.
It's really kind of strange.
I will say, I haven't told you guys what's coming up next, and oh boy, is it a combination of map and mode. It's really something.
Oh boy.
Looks like Sniv runs QR, yeah. At the very least.
Oh, that's good, because you can't actually see what people use from the replay view. Great.
Ash does use quick respawn. They use quite a lot of quick respawn, although they seem to be quick respawn with, I think that's Haunt. No, that's Thermal Ink, which is not necessarily. It's not what I think of when I think.
Yeah, that's not what I'd expect.
I
see it working.
I could see it on a spray shooter just because you're going to be, if you're not like immediately actually in range, you're going to be hitting a lot of chip damage.
Yeah.
So that might be a use for it.
I reckon you might just find people by accident.
Yes, I mean, yeah, there are plenty of uses for Thermal Ink. I think the reason why we don't see it as much in competitive play is just because there are usually other options that, you're talking about like your Ninja Squid or, Stealth Jump or whatever. That are run.
If you can talk to your teammates, then and let them know where people are, then value, which is already sort of questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Squatting and Thermal Ink works. That's helpful for me. I always wanted to know whether that works.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Yeah, Spotling because you are potentially tagging them and behind cover. What I would imagine you would definitely not be seeing Thermal Ink on is something like a Charger.
Yeah.
I
suppose it might work more like Rapid Blaster, but no the other blasters.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason in my head I have it as just a Jet Squib. Probably because they showed off Thermal Ink with the Jet Squib. They first announced it.
Jet Squelcher, I think.
I mean, it would be one of the better weapons to run Thermal Ink. Just because its kill time is not wonderful, but it will, if you get in, there's a decent chance they'll chip you at least a little bit.
Yeah, and also you get it at a range, so you get like, it's more useful to see somebody from far away than if they're right next to you.
Mm-hmm. Explosher might be able to make use of Thermal Ink. And once again, edge kind of weapon, long range. Stringer.
Centratide says no.
No, never mind then. I'm not a backline player. I'm just speculating here. I'm just spitballing. Thermal ink, not in
Just
general,
just a
not
couple
one
of
of the
newish
better
players.
effects. But
I could see Blob, yeah.
Eh, I've played a lot of Blob, and I don't know. I guess the way I play it wouldn't help, but like,
Mm-hmm.
'cause I think the thing is, once you've found somebody, it's quite useful with a shooter, but Blob has, I guess, I don't know. I think I'd find it hard to then follow up once I know where someone is with Blob.
Well, that might just be an issue with Blob in general.
yeah, the blobs, the blobs they lob move pretty slowly.
Secret is to just lob so many blobs. Anybody gets blobbed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all blobbed out. Let's see, default team. I'd say they're strong. They're a strong team. One of the from what I've seen, probably one of the better teams in this tournament. I won't say the best because the Hell Dualies are also in this tournament.
Yeah.
But they're certainly a very strong team. I will be interested to see what Spray and Pray's strategy going in. Just by the way though, kudos to Spray and Pray for sticking with the bit for as long as they have been.
Oh yeah.
Another team
Absolute
that can commit to the bet.
pride win.
I said this last week. They may not have actually won the match, but they won the moral victory. They won the moral victory over their opponents by.
They won the hearts of the people.
Exactly, the people's choice. The people's choice to Pray and Pray.
All right. Yep, we have about 3 minutes left until the top of the hour.
I'll start making.
Mm-hmm.
The blobby globby.
Lobby, blog. I don't know. We made the same joke last week. I think about how that's like the one good Sheldon. Sheldon little blurb.
And it contains no information about the weapon.
Yeah.
I love you, Sheldon, but you need to go outside a little bit.
Okay, I think with 3 minutes left, I can reveal the mode. And
Oh boy.
I feel like that. The mode and map will be Tower Control on Mahi Mahi.
Oh, no.
no!
Well, apologies to Spray and Pray.
So yeah, tower control, Mahi Mahi. Oh boy. I didn't know that I had enough time to show you.
Yeah, I can bring it back up. Well,
No, I think it's self-evident.
We're going blind.
We'll just we'll let you see what the if you don't know what the thing about Mahi Mahi tower control is,
No, you can explain.
We'll apply.
Suffice to say,
I can.
Centratide will be having a fun time. I think.
It'll be a good time. It'll be a nice time for them. Probably not for a lot of people, but it's a map.
Certainly, yeah, it's a combination.
Oh wait, let's see.
I'd probably say it's my favorite in the whole game, just because of how much it is what it is.
It's the I don't know. That's mean. It's a little mean.
Incredibly, the map.
It's the map of all time. The map of all time.
Okay, we're just waiting on default team. Get the score. I can change all the colors on the stream.
Murph. Yep. That sounds awful. I remember back when Splatoon 3 first came out, we saw a lot of non-Splatoon streamers streaming it. I remember seeing Moist Critical's bit and just like shredding people with Nova on Mahi.
So I haven't quite, because I used to play the dual spelcher a lot, and it should
Hey,
be the
oh
same
wait, no,
weapon.
it's
But it's not. I can't use it anymore. It's so bad. At least in my hands.
the thing about dual I mean, I did not play Splatoon 1. But at least dual spelters had like a 4-shot and not a 5-shot.
Yeah, it was slightly better, and I think that made all the difference.
Like, man, it's so bad.
I feel like I should check, like, because X battles they give you like score.
Yeah.
They score each of the things. You can see what the
top
player of each weapon
the top
is.
wielder of each weapon.
I really want to see. Oh, damn it. I really want to see what, like, how bad the Nova is in comparison to everything else. I think that's everyone.
I think so, yeah.
Go.
All right, tower control, Mahi Resort. Good luck, everyone.
Get ready for some absolutely just horrid gameplay.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. No, I don't.
It's a very Splatoon is a very chaotic game, and anything can happen. I don't know about this one, Chief.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
seen frontliners win. It's yeah, you need to be sneaky, I think.
Yeah, I should
That's the
clarify.
trick.
I absolutely agree with chat right now. Horde gameplay is the best kind of Splatoon gameplay. Maybe that's what all these map designs are for. It's just to facilitate better gameplay. And it looks like we're starting.
Oh god.
Let's look at what we have for some comps. Let's see what they're designed to run.
We go.
Centride does go
Ooh, a
with
scope charger.
let's go with Splatter Scope. You know? And we
And
have
classic.
we have a splash again.
I think that
We do it.
flames
It's
might be
Flash
critical.
Neo though, so no crab. No crab. Yes, try strike, but no crab. Sent going immediately for that classic
getting a pick.
backline position, and they get a pick, and spray and pray is 2 down.
Yep, you've really gotta spray and pray goes immediately for the tower there, and then just because they don't have an advantage, immediately lose it again.
That's a bad fall there.
Oh yeah, they do pull it back
the
though.
default team has taken. They were down to their last player, who unfortunately is Centratide, who gets 2 picks in the space of 2 seconds. Mahi
nice roll
Oh, double! You love to see that.
Man, just an
Unfortunately,
absolute.
Aviva goes down immediately after that.
This is like just a complete gridlock here. It does look like they're pushing forward.
They're pushing up. They push up almost to the second checkpoint. Unfortunately, not all the way there. So no delays.
Oh, we have a DC.
Oh,
we do
no!
have a DC.
What's the combo? Is it like?
What's the combo? How do we restart the game? Emergency exit. Really should have known that.
Well, you know. It looks like we have some squid partying going on tower.
It's okay. Here we go.
Maybe interrupted to press L, R, Z, L, Z, R. L and R for 3 seconds? The whole both sticks.
Oh, both the 6. Oh, that's
Honestly,
that's
at
not
this time- at this
ergonomic.
point
There we are. Oh, sorry about that.
Don't worry. It was a point this game, but it had gone quite far, so we potentially could have left it. Who knows?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's,
think if it was later on, we would, because you know, you don't want people DCing on
This is
purpose.
awkward. The teams will know what the map mode is. Well, they did, didn't they? So it's not as though they've had a little bit of experience and can now they can now decide what they can now.
We don't have strict DC rules at the moment, but
what
like
they're
that was
doing.
first minute. That felt significant. I feel like if there was a DC in the last minute, I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of like the same rules that Platoon goes with, right? Like if it's in the first minute, no contest. If it's after that, just let it play out. And I don't know. I think it's fine. Like I don't know. I don't know if you've noticed this. We're not the most professional. Like, it's fine. Like we can win.
Yeah. The next one's gonna be so professional. I promise.
Just Dapple Productions, watch out.
And as the chatters have so astutely pointed out, we do have some bang bang bing on the jukebox.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but we did. So.
Wanted? Oh well.
That was a lot closer of a game than I was expecting. So I'm excited to see how this plays out again.
Mahi Mahi, it is a very small map. It's a very small map, and that negates some spray and pray's disadvantage because, you know, if you need to if you're going to be touching everyone all the time anyway, then like the kill time is good, but it also has no cover. So, backliners they like it.
It's going to be putting as much
Sent
pressure on the
immediately
chargers.
getting a kill. Ash is right below them, not actually able to
gets another,
pressure
going
Sent
for a
all that
third.
nuts, though.
Some aggressive,
That is good movement.
very aggressive dueling there. Does get 3 in total there. Very impressive.
Very well done. Ash goes down in their in the default team's base. And they push
There's
up
the
past the
wipeout.
first checkpoint at the very least. Santa's
It
on the
does-
tower.
We will see if they stagger, if they try to hold back a little bit.
Oh boy, they are hard staggered. Ash is currently the only one alive. It's oh dear.
Do you think it's going to be easier or harder?
I mean,
Oh, a little embarrassing
I don't
moment
know.
caught on camera there. Didn't quite get the jump.
it's fine. I mess up jumps all the time, and I'm the best Splatoon player in the world. So, oh, a double kill! You love to see that. Very good Tetris gameplay from. Oh, when they get surprised by Ash with the Sploosh-O-Matic. That's what it's. Sploosh-O-Matic is kind of. You could think of it as a roller that.
You can only kill something if it's directly next to you. Otherwise, just gotta get closer.
And you know it's going to be a very good bit of gameplay when we switch over to Center Tide here. Retreating a little bit.
Mahi Mahi definitely one of the most stages of the time.
One of the everyone is always saying this. Gets a pick. Rescues one of their teammates. Gets another pick. Throws out the tri-strike to try and stop Aviva. They do not quite charge up enough to get the pick there. But we will. But I think they got that assist with the help of the wall, that's really something.
Take that charger down. Nice. Pushed back out.
Center Tide is all alone out there. Not a place a charger wants to be. But they successfully.
Now they're in the happy place, which is right at the back. Bit of lag there.
Some very aggressive testing right there.
Thankfully, this never happens in Splatoon. Splatoon noted for amazing netcode.
It enriches the Mahi style.
Exactly. Zach gets a pick. Oh, they're 3 down, and the tower is coming. Oh, and that's a
and
wipe.
there's the wipeout.
Take that. Oh, but
they
They do
do
take the
take
tower.
it back.
That's one nice thing about a wipe. It does unstagger you. It's probably the only nice thing about a wipe, though. It's not good.
Yeah.
You see Aviva going for the Tenta missiles, pressuring their backline. Not able to make their way through that wall. They're going on a tear with the Flinkler roller. We'll see whether they can turn. We'll see whether Team Spray and Pray can turn that to a longer, more sustained push as their team goes in front of the tower, and if their team does go in front of the tower.
Lost the tower, but they're keeping pushing in their base. That failed for them.
I think. Unfortunately, their last teammate in the base of default team does go down, and
some very very impressive play by Central Tide there, getting 2 kills earlier on with the help of their flash wall.
Nice use of ink points there.
Yep. Those
Central
get caught out
Tide
though.
almost making their way around the wall, but the Splushmatic catches them out. Trades with the Tetras, unless they can make a very effective push. It's going to be that. It looks like that's going to. They are all alone on the tower,
and that's going to be
are
game
not
1.
on it when overtime triggers.
Mahi zones? No, Mahi Tower. One of the most
Mahi Resort.
It's yeah.
That's a certified Mahi moment.
I am
As
so sorry to all the teams who
Spray and Pray goes loses Spray and Pray is unable to take the win away from default team.
Let's hope the wheels give us something better.
It would be
Let's see
hard
what it
to
is.
find. It would be hard to imagine them giving us something worse. That said, hubris.
And
They were
first
working
up
so
we
effectively
have
yesterday.
Surgeon Shipyard.
Surgeon Shipyard. The Spray and Pray will like that.
It's a map, just better than Mahi.
It's not mincemeat either. And for a second map,
Ooh,
Manta Maria, a pair of good maps this time, which is something we haven't ever seen in the.
I will say,
in the
Manta
tournament.
Maria might be I think more tricky when you have that charger against you.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot harder to get in and try to take their space if they're, policing it well.
Personally looking forward, hoping that they pick Manta, mainly because I just haven't seen much of it, and I really like it.
Manta's a good map.
Manta's a good map. Manta's a good map.
Got lots of things, basically. That's
It's too bad they got
walls
rid
that
of the
you can
sunstone. Yeah, it's so nice to see. It was such a pleasure to see Manta Maria in Splatoon 3, and even Umami Resort that was two maps that I like. Two maps I like.
Yeah, I really like Umami. I think because it's nice and big, it feels big.
It is big. Yeah, it's got enough. It doesn't have a lot of verticality, but it's got enough width that it feels.
Have a pick.
It feels like positioning is and tactics is important there instead of just like mechanical. Can you shoot them first?
Be going to Manta Maria. Be playing Splat Zone.
That's it. I was gonna say we do have in the comments there. We have the good positioning where chargers can't get you in there. But I will say if you're going to something like Splat Zones, that's tricky because you really do have to contend with mid. There's some nice defensive points if you're getting pushed back, but you know, if you're on something like Tower, that's not too bad of a problem because it means that you can just give them a couple points and then do a counter push. Becomes more of a problem in Splat Zones, I think.
Just waiting for one more person. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, we've got that last person. Right. Mahi's just unbearably small, so it changes every single game mode.
It's
Really something.
and you would expect short range weapons to excel there because, you know, oh well, the main disadvantage is removed, but it's so open. It's so open. There's no cover that like it just turns into like a range fight a lot of the time.
I do like a good height change. That's always fun. In the middle of the mode, you get a new map.
I think it's a good gimmick. I just wish it was on a better map.
And
We're
let's
in.
see if we have, if we have any changes to weapons or if they're sticking the same.
Oh, Explo.
You have Explo.
Flasher, much better painting weapon.
And we have triple Splushamatic.
Triple Splushamatic.
Oh, that is a set. That's a really good idea. Yeah.
Spray and Pray going very hard in oh dear. Yeah, they default team making use of space, claiming a lot of space very early. But they're not able to stop the flank from the Splushamatic there, and the Spray and Pray does take an early lead. You see Ultra Stamp doing its thing there, i.e. getting you killed.
He's a good distraction in this case.
Yes, it's a good stall for time, which is the whole idea, whole thing with Splat Zones. You do go
here?
2 down. The Spray and Pray goes 2 down, and Ash is cornered and goes down. There's just one person left on the zone.
Very unfortunate jump there, and it looks like
And
that's
they're
pretty
pushed
convincing.
all the way out of the zone, and they default team takes it back. You've seen this before. It'll be a question of how Spray and Pray can come back here. Can try and we'll see how it's a question of can Spray and Pray take back the zone, take back control, or will they be locked out for the rest of the match?
It does look like they're staggering pretty bad.
They have very good weapons for being like hyper, but it's whether they can push past the defense to like flank.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of these like 1 or 2 person pushes. I think they really need to see, like, now that they're a little bit, we saw almost successful push there.
Yeah.
They do go down.
And
then they really just try to go in when they don't have the people for it. Although, yeah. So they're doing a little bit of ring around the
they're
rosy
alone.
there.
Yeah, they're alone. And Spray and Pray is very much trying to take on their team, the other team, head on, directly to the forehead.
That was specifically for the Explo there, and I think that might pay off.
It's not. It seems like it's too late, though. I don't know.
No.
This is going to be game.
Unfortunate.
Another knockout.
That's a knockout from default team, improving to a record of 2-0 against Spray and Pray. Can Spray and Pray pull off the reverse sweep, big man sweep? We'll see.
Oh, that's the update stream time. Thank you, Alicia. Things in a stream. Like, variables. Actually, we'll do the wheels first.
Spin the wheel!
I'm gonna put really intense samurai music on in the background. I don't know what vibe it's
Oh,
fitting.
Wahoo World.
And
An interesting pick, I will say. Oh, you
Oh,
missed speed again.
Mincemeat.
I get the feeling we're going to walk. I get a distinct feeling. We're gonna
neither
walk.
of these maps
What
are
is it
ideal.
with these wheels?
I think
And
Wahoo
mincemeat.
is probably, if they go to zones or something, it's probably much better than something like Mincemeat for spray and pray. Just because there is an amount of broken sightline around mid.
Namely the stick. The stick.
Yeah, we have a stick.
You got the stick.
As Steve says, stick stage, stick gaming.
Stick is so. If you have a sprinkler and you put it on a stick, it's an unbeatable strategy.
It's like the ultra signal, but worse.
That's. Oh no, I've given away refrustles. Oh no.
The okay signal.
Something's.
This is from Splatoon 1.
No, this is the Crater song. That's it.
Creator song. I've been fooled. I've been Siva Gunnered. It's from the fake Splatoon 1 stages.
Yeah.
It's even by Turquoise October.
Oh, we have a choice. It is going to Wahoo.
Naturally.
Wahoo World.
We will be playing Rainmaker.
Interesting.
One of those Splatoon 3 maps. Just the Splatoon 3 map. Even though it's not from Splatoon 3. Where there's this one point where everyone has to go through, and you have to fight your way through it, and there's no going around it. And it's not. Yep. And there.
Well, I will say, might be good for Spray and Pray not getting not getting knocked out again.
Could be.
But we'll see.
Spray and Pray will have the advantage in terms of popping the Rainmaker shield. When that happens, if you damage the Rainmaker shield enough, it explodes it explodes and spreads your color ink everywhere, which can kill people caught in the explosion. And given Spray and Pray's much greater DPS thanks to weapons like the Splooshomatic, like Splattershot Jr., the Aerospray, it's going to be good for them. They're likely to get the pop so long as they can actually get the Rainmaker shield.
All right, and we see.
Sent with the dapples. Not
Interesting.
expecting that.
Yeah, very unexpected.
2 very short range seconds.
They're taking
Definitely,
Spray and Pray to their own turf.
Competing for pop there. The Dapple Dooley is probably the weapon that is best. The only weapon that Swoosh is second to in terms of DPS, if I'm not very much mistaken. Scent goes down on the other side. Although it looks like Spray and Pray.
Aviva gets hit too. You really got to be careful about that. Going for more, but misses.
Oh, Aviva goes down. Nobody in front of the Rainmaker. Oh,
Yeah, that was a risky
that is
strategy.
unfortunate.
And they do get wiped out
Scent
there.
Scent camps the jump. You wipe. This is likely to be a push to first checkpoint at the very least for Team Default.
Not quite.
Oh, very, very well done.
Eva looking to get some more cheeky.
Ooh.
He gets 1, gets 2. And
Oh,
can't
very
quite
good
get enough
reside
range
play.
there.
Unfortunate. Just outranged there.
But is going to be a checkpoint broken.
I will say it's usually a lot easier to get checkpoint than to out by.
We are seeing a counter push here. Let's see how far they can get it.
They're going to. It looks like they're going to take the Rainmaker either over through mid, or they. Well, it's a moot point. They get got on that little platform there.
Always dangerous getting the Rainmaker in front.
Rainmaker is so very vulnerable. It can technically fight, but technically is the operative word. That's a triple Rainmaker kill. Never mind. The Rainmaker is the best weapon in the game. Actually, it's fine.
Very solid play. Very solid play.
Oh, they do
back
break
in it
through the
for that.
checkpoint. They take lead. Oh, this is a.
Now, unfortunately, they do have to keep pushing a little bit because they were the second to pop it, so they're only on 52.
Unfeasible here, I think.
They just grab it, and there we are. So they have lead now.
This is the part of Wagyu World that is rough for the defending team to go through this alleyway.
Centratide fighting for their life.
Bloodbath.
Looks like Spray and Pray is just trying to get as much as they can. And we do have a wipeout there from the Rainmaker pop.
It's a very fragile lead for Spray and Pray, but it is a lead.
Yeah, because they don't have the.
Rainmaker reset.
Looks like it.
They're at the same checkpoint.
Centratide catching a little bit.
To catch BNN off guard.
Doing a little bit of sharking.
Oh, what an auto.
Oof.
That was a quick wipeout.
I think they almost all jumped on the same auto bomb there. Unlucky.
Yeah.
I think they're pushing them home, I think?
It's a strategy that can work.
Axe covering a little bit, can't quite
Paid off
protect.
surprisingly well.
They do push it down into default team's court. That's what this part of
Looks like they're pushing it even further. Getting just as many points as they can.
They may go for it. They cannot quite get the knockout, and they wipe.
But
Unfortunately,
19 is a very convincing lead, especially since they're trying to push through that. You know, as you mentioned before, there's that one checkpoint. They got, I think, most of the way through it. So like,
Aviva not quite able to get the one shot with the roller, just out of range.
Centratide falls down there. He's trying to run away.
Rainmaker does there is somebody in front of Rainmaker.
Yeah, that's always a good idea, I think.
Ooh,
Very effective.
pushing in with assistance from Wavebreaker. We'll see whether they can. We'll see whether Spray and Pray can manage an
Yeah, Spray
effective.
and Pray really has
Rainmaker
to
is
just
pushing in hard.
keep them in.
Aviva
Aviva
Nice.
does put a
stop
stop
the
to
Maker.
it.
But it might be not long enough.
There goes the lead.
Unfortunate.
10 seconds left.
10
as
seconds
well.
left. Let's see whether Spray and Pray can push all the way back
Oh,
in
no.
overtime.
Not quite. That's not going to be it. Aviva does push them back. With the
Oh,
A heartbreaking loss. Unfortunate.
That is going to be the match. 3-0 sweep for the default team. I've got to say, though, that was very close. Very close to
that
win
was a
Spray
very
and Pray there.
exciting game. Okay, let's swap over to Gamble game.
Very well played by both teams there.
Mm-hmm.
Right versus.
Default team does take up their second win there. Staying neck and neck with Reef Rascals. Spray and Pray does take their third loss.
Default team improves to a record of 2-0. Meanwhile, Spray and Pray still hunting for that first win. Let's see whether they can pick one off of us.
The battle of
Definitely.
themed teams.
Precisely.
Exactly.
That said, I do think that we should be about due for a break now because MRM and I have to go switch out and get ready for our matches.
We'll be back in about half an hour, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's check this out. I'm gonna go get food. Put us into siesta then, so. Bye everybody, I'll put the schedule up in a minute as well.
Yep. We'll be right back at the top of
Later.
the hour.
Hello, hello. Test. Awesome. Okay. Seems like you all can hear me. Welcome. We are back from siesta, and we are going to get into a fated match: the Hell Toolies versus the Reef Rascals. And on Reef Rascals, we have a sub coming in. Magnus from Default Team is going to be subbing in them, and it's going to be a fun one.
Go Hell Toolies.
Oh, hi, Bandora. So.
Okay.
Oh, well. So, technical difficulties, everybody. So, it looks like we're doing Rainmaker Flounder, is that right? Oh, that's going to be a fun one. I don't know if either team has a dedicated backliner, but if they do, if they take mid, they could see everything on that map. But Reef Rascals have been going on a winning streak, and I believe this is Hell Dooley's first time up to the plate. So it'll be really interesting to see how this one comes out, because we don't have any data on how the Toolies are going to go. But right now we are just waiting for everybody to get started. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Go H2 and T. I don't know. I think I'm rooting for Reef Rascals. I subbed him for them once, and it was a fun time. I think Reef Sweep. Reef Sweep. But this is a really interesting Rainmaker stage because, like, once you get a good push going, there aren't very many places to, like, go on the defense from. Of course, I'm thinking backliner talk, so, like, things might be different for the front lines. But it is very easy to steamroll on this map. I do appreciate the Chirpy Chips background. Oh. You know, I do wonder if the Hell Doolies are going to be going for Rainmaker Pop with a... I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Dapples on this comp. It's one of the fastest Rainmaker Poppers out there, and it is right there in their MO. Oh, I just got word from Scent that Big Swig is now the fastest Rainmaker Popper. Zone's cheese weapon is now also a Rainmaker cheese weapon. Thank you, Scent. So, Corvoda, if you're listening, new strat one. In this house, we love and appreciate the Big Swig sweep. But yeah, we are just waiting for things to get set up. So yeah, how you doing, chat? It's a beautiful morning. No, actually, it's 3 p.m. Wait, it is a beautiful 3 p.m. outside. I could be touching grass, but I am instead playing Splatoon. Yes, Mino is currently muted and eating noodle. God, I wish that were me. Maybe I'll have some noodle later. If I can fit it in, because, get this, I'm commentating for a little while, and then I'm going to be doing a Splatoon scrim with a draft team, and then What If has practice later tonight, A lot of Squid Games this weekend for me. Okay, but like noodle and garlic bread? Good. That's good. Can I say bad words on this stream? But like, it is good stuff. Yeah, busy weekend. But like, hey, we like busy. Fuck yeah, I can swear. We can say fuck here. Yeah, garlic bread and noodles? That sounds like good shit right there. Eating like fucking royalty over there. I am kind of curious as to like the Oops All Dually teams and Reef Rascals, what kind of like stages they're going to counterpick against each other. Because if I remember correctly, Reef Rascals are also Tetris enthusiasts over there, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of counterpicks they go against relatively similar team comp on the other side. But of course, we could always see some surprises. I love surprises. Tetris Gaming. That is the one weapon I don't think I could ever do. See, I don't like going in and, like, risking it all. No. I need to make sure, like, all ledges are clear and, like, got plenty of paint in front of me before I move up. I say as a Hydra/Heavy. I think we've been playing a lot more Not, though, which has been an interesting time. What is a midline? I just play it as a weird backline way too often, which is not the strat with Not. Yep, we got a lot of Tetris users here. No, frontline works is way too fast for me. I don't have the patience to be a frontliner and like take everything in. Hell yeah, MRF, Murph. Like, Hydra is just great. It's not the... I know it's like an off-meta pick at this point, with everything else floating around, crabs stealing our jobs as backliners, but there is just something about the infinite power DPS of Hydra that, like, sure, okay, we're slow, and we take a million years to charge up, but it's just a fun weapon. I like it. And we are getting going with Rainmaker Flounder Heights. Everyone is here. It'll be... Honestly, I'm really looking forward to this match. Fated rivals, let's go. And it'll be interesting to see the team comps as well, because I have no idea what tricks either team has up their sleeves. Gotta say, it's nice not being dead half the game, lol. Some days, some games, I am dead half the time. Let's roll indeed. Alright. You're almost ready to go. See, the times in which I die a lot as a Hydra, that's when I pick Heavy. And or it's tower control. But, like, Heavy has been a really fun one to pick up as well. Oh, Blob? Blob is fun. Alright, it's time to go. Let us cast this match. Alright, got the usual suspects. It's Rainmaker time. What do we got? Ooh, we got a Wiper from Snipe on the side. And, wouldn't you know, all dualies. And I do see the Dapples on Hell Dualies. Alright, I have a feeling that Hell Dualies is gonna get the pop first, but let's see how things go. Oh, yep, there it is. They are fighting like hell to get that pop, but it looks like Reef Rascals gets the first pop and takes out a Tetris along the way. With that, they are taking that lead with the goal right there, and they get it. It'll be really difficult for Helldoolies to come back from this one, given that the steamroll has just begun. But they're making good progress as Reef Rascals get wiped out, and this is their time to like either reset the Rainmaker or push it as far as they can into mid. Alright, Phoenix carrying the Rainmaker with May in front, making sure the path is clear. Which one are they going to go for? It looks like they're going to go for right checkpoint. It's not guarded as off much, so they're going to be able to make it. And they get it. Reef Rascals going too much on the right checkpoint. Completely ignore the left. Alright. Yep, and the steamroll has begun on the other end as Dually Squelchers get a kill. Get another kill. Oh, but they have the Rainmaker, and they're going back to mid with it. Alright, 1 down on Reef Rascals, so 4-0. And 2 down there, but looks like we have a flank on Reef Rascals' end with the gold arrow spray. Man. Alright, looks like Helldoolies has the Rainmaker. They're going in as far as they can, but they just have too much of a defense on Reef Rascals to really pop through. Alright, 2-2 still, but that Splatano Viper has really good object shredder damage, but they go down to Tetras. Tetras, always making a problem. Alright, Reef Rascals have the Rainmaker, and they're pushing back, trying to make up for lost time here. But alas, looks like they walk the Rainmaker again, as Helldoolies are certainly going to get this pop, and they do. Crab in mid, you hate to see it. Alright, they get the Rainmaker, and just as soon as they did, they lost the Rainmaker. Oh, and that was a very dangerous Reef Slider, but it didn't pay off for May, as they got Oh, okay. Looks pretty even there in mid. But Helldoolies have just quite a pain advantage. Oh, we got to see a Rainmaker kill there. Almost a path there as Helldoolies take the lead. If they can hold it here and get past the defenses of Reef Rascals, they'll be able to win this one. But it's not looking like they're going to be winning this pop anytime soon. If I were Reef Rascals, I would consider resetting it. Oh, no, but the pass is just barely clear enough for them to hang on to that. Oh, we see another Rainmaker kill. Is 2-2, and they're going to be taking the flank to the right. The left, I mean. It's harder to tell left and right when you're commentating. Alright, with the Dapple Doolies getting the pop. They're going to be backing up and probably going through the right back to their perch. Oh. Yep, they're climbing up there. And, ooh, got another Rainmaker kill. Oh, 3-0. This is their chance to run with this thing. They might be able to get the knockout. Although, it is close to time, given 1.5 minutes left. And defense may be the play here. Alright, with the Splatano Viper. Oh, getting the double kill! Can they get a triple? Oh, not quite. Ultra Stamp's vulnerability from the front, ending up being the death of them. Alright, they're looking like they're not going to reset the Rainmaker. But, meaning that the Rainmaker was in a pretty bad place for Reef Rascals, they were able to get the jump on them. Oh, and another Stamper down. You hate to see it. Alright, Crab in the choke points. Let's see if they can get a kill, or at least be a very big distraction. Alright, and Reef Rascals are once again pre-down. Helldoolie's pre-down. This is a 1v1 with the Rainmaker pop. I wonder what's going to happen now. Oh, Reef Rascals with the Stamper is trying to sneak in there. But it's hard. It's hard when everybody has your eyes on you with the Stamper special. Alright, and successfully defended the Rainmaker there, but it looks like Helldoolies are going to be getting the pop. Oh, but the power of Viper Object Shredder damage proves me wrong. Doolies, in fact, go zoom, but it was just not enough into overtime. Helldoolies was waiting for them there on the top there, and get our first win. Yeah, this is a difficult map for a Rainmaker. It is a difficult when you are on the defending side and the opposing team gets over the edge with the Rainmaker. Because you have two choices. You could either reset and get the Rainmaker back on mid, Or if you can help it, you can try and go up and over. But with that out of the way, let's see what our 2 stages are going to be. What is Reef Rascal's counterpick going to be against Hell Dualies? Okay, we got Inkblot. I love Inkblot, except in Rainmaker and Zones. I love Inkblot half the time, okay? Inkblot and Manta Maria. Interesting stages here. Goodbye, sweet Reef Sweep, indeed, projects. But hopefully they can stand on to the 3-0. I'm gonna be biased here. I hope Reef Sweep. But talk about completely different maps for the counterpick. I wonder what it's going to be. It's gonna be Inkblot. Inkblot Tower Control. Oh, I do love me some Inkblot Tower Control. It's a pretty fair, even tower map. Though there is that choke point in the middle that, like, both teams are going to have to worry about and plan to try and push against. I have a feeling what kind of comp the Hell Dualies are going to be bringing in. But I'm interested to see if Snive is going to switch off the wiper, or it's been working pretty well for them so far. Ooh, Dualies are taking a long time to figure out what they're doing. They might be up to something, folks. Oh, rotating out a member? I don't think you can. Unfortunately. Once the timer's gone, I guess you just have to, like, manually reset after the mash has started. So, yeah. I guess we're going to be having a very brief ink blot while we switch out members. Oh, a communication error has occurred. Yup, that's one way to deal with it. Splatted tune indeed. So, while we remake the room... I wonder who's gonna be coming on next. Yep, it's going to be Inkblot Tower once more. Carney and Alicia come back for Reef Rascals. I sure hope we get to see one backliner this set. Please, do it for me, but don't actually. Alright, that's almost everybody. Man, embarrassingly enough, I think tower control might be my weakest of, like, all of the modes. Okay, the hymn coming in for Hell Toolies. And I believe that's everybody. Yippee. Okay, looks like we're taking a short break until MRM comes back. So, you all are stuck with me while I ramble about tower control. It is it's a weird mode for a backliner. Specifically, like, as I try and do it with a Hydra. Because more often than not, I'm going to be the one sitting on tower. And it's just difficult to move around as a Hydra. I don't know if you all know this. So I often switch for heavy when it comes for tower control, both for Wavebreaker, which, hello, moving Wavebreaker, very good for that mode, and also just gives me a bit more mobility, especially when I'm going to be a bit more vulnerable than I am with a Hydra, because, well, everybody's going to be rushing tower, that's for sure. Tower control, my love. Oh, could not be me. Really want a heavy without sprinkler at some point. So true. Sometimes I get heavy and Hydra mixed up and I see someone under a ledge and I'm like, I'm going to throw my auto bomb. It's a sprinkler. That's not a very good deterrent. It annoys them slightly and then they're back on that ledge where I want to be. But heavy new kit, please. I do love Wavebreaker on this thing, but sprinkler. I'm honestly pretty okay with Hydra's kit thus far, because, like, sure, my point sensors are chicken-shaped and rather expensive, but Booyah Bomb is really good, especially since, like, I don't need to reposition myself to use the special. I'm curious as to what a second kit for that weapon would be. Sprinkler does help with special spam. I just forget to use it. Especially when opening up choke points in like Rainmaker and Clam Blitz. Like when it is time to like make a push, I've got my Booyah ready. That's why I use my Booyah sparingly, just waiting for that moment. Probably not like the best idea, but hey. Alright, and we are good to go. Tower control, and everybody has decided on their weapon. We're gonna be getting in there quick. It'll be interesting to see what comes out next. Octobrush without Zcaster when? Yeah, I know Posties in particular has been saying that. Alright, what do we got? We got the Zimmy coming out. I love this already. And oops, all dualies as per usual. Got a 52 gal coming in. That's interesting. Alright, and it's going to be a battle for mid as somebody tries and gets the first pick, and it's going to be the dualies. Alright, Reef Rascals are 2 down as dualies are... Oh, dualies are 3 down. This is time for Reef Rascals to push. But looks like dualies have got the tower, and they're going to be going for checkpoint 1 and past checkpoint 1. And now they're at the choke point of doom. But with a special at their hand and 2 down on Reef Rascals, I think they're going to be able to get past it just fine. Yep, and checkpoint 2 is here. Fighting for control of the area in front of them, and Reef Rascals are trying their best to not let them have it, but with the crab at 3 down and a wipeout, man, Hell Dualies are going through this. They're at checkpoint 3 already. Are we going to see a knockout? I really hope not. But it's looking like it as they are 2 away and they get it. What a quick match. There was some staggering going on Reef Rascals' end, which was unfortunate. But Hell Dualies get the good win there. And we see the dab twice. Get dabbed on, unfortunately. And here I thought that the dualies were going to have some trouble with that choke point, but no, they had the specials, they planned this out, and they were able to... Oh, I know, I can't see the stream. There we go. We might go back to Flounder Heights now. Alright, what's the next stage? I have a distinct feeling we are not going... Oh! Oh, you hate to see it. Flounder or Mahi. Reef Rascal's not given much to work with here. Be interesting to see which one they go for. They have... Because the Dualies do have the Squelchers, which is good in Mahi. And do they really want to go back to Flounder again, where they lost? I'm interested to see what their pick will be. Mahi Tower 2? No. Please, no. But yeah, it looks like Reef Rascals will have to watch their staggering before Hell Dualies, because Dualies will take advantage of that. So, whichever... But on Mahi, there really is no time for even staggering. Alright, which one are we going to? Back to Flounder we go. That's kind of what I expected. Ooh, Flounder Zones. I love Flounder Zones. Underrated, in my opinion. I do wonder, are we going to be seeing some backline gameplay here? I know I'm a broken record, but Flounder Zones is a good time for backliners. But if you have 2 sets of Squelchers, you'll be able to go just fine. I'm curious to see what Reef Rascal's approach to this is going to be. I always love the maps in which there are 2 zones to take care of, because if you can hold on to just one, you can stop the enemy push in their tracks. So, we'll see what the game strategy is, especially on, like, when you have to walk the grates in order to take the other zone. It's difficult to maintain control of both, or make a good push when the enemy has a good zone control. But we'll see how things turn out as we go into Game 3. This is match point for Hell Dualies, so let's see if Reef Rascals can get the reverse reef sweep. Reverse reef sweep. Wow, okay, my voice is giving out. Alright, what do we see? Okay, 2 Tetras, a crab, regular duties, and Squelchers on Hell Dualies' end. And we got the Blob coming out on Reef Rascals. A midline backline flex. And Hell Dualies almost immediately going for it with Reef Rascals 3 down. Oh, but the Blob gets it. Blob's holding on and getting their team in there. You love to see it. But it means that Hell Dualies are in control, but lose it. It is absolute bloodbath in mid right now as Crab on mid, making sure that no Reef Rascals are going to be taking that second zone, else they get crabbed. But it looks like that Snipe is going to be flanking with the Tetras. Oh, but not quite, and they fall off, but they do get a pick. Oh, Reef Rascals 2 down as Dualies have their full team. Is it time for a push for the Dualies? Blob Gaming indeed. Yes, because they are in control and are continuing their countdown timer. Oof, yeah, getting marked by Wavebreaker in this spout. Especially because with Wavebreaker, it is easy to... Oh, we got a wipe out. Oh, it is looking like a dominating presence as Hell Dualies have positions near the base of Reef Rascals. So they can't even approach the zone as time is ticking down for them. Oh, they try and go the flank route. Oh, it does not work. Oh, but they found another flank route. But it's just not quite enough as the blob is coming up into that backline position. Try in their best to cap zone. And the Ink Storm comes out. That's going to help them out a lot. Okay. They got one zone. If they could hold on to that, they could stop the push. Oh, not quite. They got the other round, too. It is just flipping constantly. As Booyah is ready for whenever that will be. Honestly, I would pop it soon, as there are only 4 seconds remaining for Hell Dualies. Oh, is it gonna be another... Oh, that's... You hate to see it. The underdogs do not take this, as Hell Dualies go for the 0-3 sweep. Alas, and Reef Rascals take their first loss in this tournament. GG's everybody, and let's roll. I do think having a dedicated backline friends with the blob really helped them hang on as hard as they could. But in the end, the initial push into their base from the Hell Dualies made it very, very difficult to recover. They fought their hardest, but it wasn't hard enough, and congrats to Hell Dualies and GG's to Reef Rascals. I always love seeing your crazy weapon comps, y'all. Reef Swope indeed. So if we take a look at how things are going right now, as Hell Dualies take their first W, Reef Rascals take their first L. It'll be interesting to see, because now I have my eyes on the Dualies. Now, as my team What If is going to be going against them tomorrow, I have fear. One fear. Yeah, you all tried your best over there. It was just unfortunate. Roll on Flounder Heights. Because once you get mid, you can... Nervously laughing in Violet Vipers. Handshake emoji. You and me both. I believe What If and Violet Vipers have a match tomorrow, so... Looking forward to that. It'll be interesting, because we have not seen Violet Vipers in this tourney yet at all. So, what's their game plan? What's their team comp? We have no data. They are the wild card in this. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out there. I wonder what's next in the bracket. Alright, Hell Dualies are going first against Spray and Pray. And that, I believe, will be our last match for today. As we have many doubleheaders on Sunday. Yeah, Vipers are in 1 3-hour block. Oof. But yeah, I guess we are going to be waiting for, yep, Violet Vipers crunch time tomorrow. Did you study for the test? It's gonna be, honestly, What If crunch time as well. Because the other match that time is going to be us against Hell Dualies and us against y'all. Feel free to pull to siesta if you want. Yeah, I think I will, because my voice is getting a little tired. And I don't have much else to say as we await the next match. So, I will see you all in just a bit. Alright. All right, and we are live, back for our next and last set for today. But that doesn't mean we're over. Tune in next time, tomorrow, for the exciting conclusion. But right now, we are going against Team Spray and Pray versus the Hell Doolies. The Hell Doolies were able to knock out Reef Rascals, who were undefeated at that time. Will they be able to keep this up? Or will the Spray and Pray be able to take an underdog victory? And this time, I am joined by Alicia.
Hello, it's Alicia. But yes, hello, I'm
Alicia.
here. Yes, and as a player in that last team, Hell Blues are a force to be reckoned with. Jesus. Yeah, we were shut down for all of those games. We just couldn't move in. It's gonna. Spray and Pray are gonna need to pay attention to exactly where Hell Blues are, because we just lost track of every single one of them. That's the main problem, I think, with our fights.
Yeah. Honestly, they got a pick and they went with it. They just pushed forward as much as they could, and they just denied you space.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough to move forward. They push into our base, and we just couldn't suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I do believe that Spray and Pray, true to their name, are going to be able to, like, in a completely even match, outpace the Hell Doolies. So I hope they're going to be able to use that to their advantage there. They get a pick, they got to take control. Because Hell Doolies have been doing a very good job at not staggering up until this point. So you can't rely on that.
Yep.
Exactly. Hold forward.
I need to adjust my sensitivity settings because my PNG tuber is constantly talking, even though I am not.
Yeah, mine does that too. May said, I got ratioed in the Squid School Discord because I admitted I don't think when I'm playing Splatoon. There's a Tetris joke to be made somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I overthink everything, and that is my weakness when playing the Squid game.
Yeah. Yeah, yes, mate, I also just press buttons. I started with Tetris, and it took me a couple of weeks to learn to dodge roll, and then I started playing only Tetris, and then never try anything new. It takes me weeks to remember that I can't dodge roll anymore.
Yeah, once you tasted the 4 dodge rolls, it's hard to go back.
Yeah, like I recently picked up, you've seen in previous games, I picked up NZAP, the new NZAP with the chumps. I love those chumps, they're my friends. It took me a while to get used to the fact that I couldn't really dodge roll while I was doing that, and I still haven't fully learned how to avoid being, like, having the ground beneath me inks and getting away from that. I'm learning, but it's still a while.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, God, I cannot frontline. I am incapable of it. How do you all take risks?
Oh, I can't backline.
How do you all just go for it?
I can't backline. Like any weapon that isn't just hold down buttons and shoot, I struggle with. Like charging up the splat thing for the charges is a difficult thing for me. I just can't. Something in that doesn't work in my head.
Yeah, no. That's the only way I can play. It's just like backline strategy mode. I see everything, but I'm staying safe. Oh, we seeing some Carbon gameplay? Ah, Carbon. That's the weapon you play when you want to take out all of your aggression in the Squid game. The world's been terrible to you, just play some Carbon for a few rounds. Take all that aggression out. But I swear, Carbons are like the most aggressive players I've ever come against. All of them.
Yeah, whenever, like, I always get taken down by rollers in games. Like, I'll go over like a ledge. Like, oh, no, there's a roller there. I'm dead now.
Yep. Yep, that's the story of my life.
But the thing I'm good for really is bullying backliners, just getting up close and just auto bomb. I'm not staying there. You don't get to stay there. Run away.
Yep. How dare you make me move? It's why I want point sensor on Hydra. Just be like, I see exactly where you are, instead of being like, it's now like some sort of like horror game of like, oh god, where are the dualies?
Yes, as a dualies player that doesn't like being ink censored or the point censored, yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
meanwhile, it's like, oh no, I'm marked. Everybody knows where I am. They knew that anyway.
Yeah. Especially because I tend to run Ninja Squid with whenever I'm playing dualies, Tetras. Being marked is especially just like, ah, damn it, my entire gimmick is ruined.
Glitch said, I'm so weirdly bad at fighting rollers. I keep dodge rolling right into them and dying. Yeah, when I first started I used to be an ink brush main. And crazy, I know. But rollers were always my worst enemy because I would try and fight them like in close range and that did not work. That did not work.
Like I'm good at fighting. I can be good at fighting rollers in like if I see the roller first while playing dualies, and I'm playing my NSAP. If I see a roller, I'm probably already dead. Like it's the long shot that like the vertical swing that always gets me. Cause I just like can never judge the range for that.
Mm-hmm.
We are still waiting for one of the hell dualies. It looks like.
Looks like it. Oh, I love this song. No, don't change it.
I did at one point get really good with dualies of taking down ultra stamps. Like after a while, I learned like the trick of like dodge rolling backwards while still being able, especially with Tetris, you can still dodge, you can still fire while dodge rolling, and just being able to like shut down a stamper as they come towards you is a very fun experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, setting up here. Looks like. But yeah, that's not correct, Mino. There we are. Okay. So what is the current starting rotation? I will have to go into one of that thing.
All right,
Clams
we
on
got
Museum.
Clam Bits on Museum. I love Museum. It's one of my favorite maps. And Clam Blitz
Yep.
on this, it's a long journey to the basket, but it's a very fun one.
And let's use that box, and it's a dangerous short journey.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Oops All Squelchers and a couple other things. And we've got the usual comp, except with, yep, the usual comp for Spray and Pray and Oops All Dualies with a crab. So it'll be interesting to see how things go.
It's like we're getting. We always had a clam on one side, but it's been taken down.
Oh, and that is a wipeout for Spray and Pray.
Early game wipeout, and
They better get their defenses up because a clam will be coming in.
Just what? And they're gonna hold it. They're just gonna hold that and let that clam. And they've wiped out again. No, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, better not stagger now. Just chase them off, and there's still plenty of time to come back from this.
Yeah, but they pushed them down all the way to 54. That's
With a
quite
23 penalty, though, so they got some buffer time.
Yep. Pet Boy
Looks like they got a clam of their own soon.
Yep, Pet Boy's gonna clam. Is he going to
Oh, they're gonna sneak up on the block.
Yep.
And they're able to do it.
They're in. Can they capitalize? Wait, no, this is Wait, no, this is still the other way around. No, this is just more progress on the already winning team. We got it wrong.
Oh man, it's gonna be a close one. Are they gonna be able to? I believe in Spray and Pray's ability to chase him off, but with that crab, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, that crab is making it difficult. And the barrier's back up at 21.
Whew.
28 buffer.
Still, I've seen sweeps come back. Oh, and they gotta
With
wipe
the
out.
reverse
This is their
wipe out.
time.
Again, they just need to get a push forwards.
They got an Ultra Stamp special. Is Ash gonna be able to use it to get in? Oh, not quite.
Much of an aggressive push too early on, I think.
Yeah.
They just move off a bit.
It's hard because
They had chumps.
friends,
Most
eminence.
sound anyway.
Oof, and they're already 2 down.
Ooh, and they've got a clam in their base. Oh.
And another one. Ah, that block is gonna be the death of them.
They still work with that buffer though.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a chance to bring pull back on this, but
Yep, they're 3 down now. This is their chance to come back with that. Oh no, and Pax drops down when they had the... Okay. And now we're back to Ash, trying their best to... Yep. Oh. Yeah, once you're making that
Again,
clam push, you need somebody to help you back up. And we get another wipeout. You're just seeing wipeouts on both teams all the time.
yeah.
This sure is Clam Blitz.
Yep. Oh, and Hell Dewey's making use of a beacon up there. That's gonna help.
Oh
them.
yeah, I wonder if Spray and Pray has noticed that, because that certainly isn't helping with their sudden pushes. And we got a crab again.
Ooh,
Immediately
they got a crab.
broken. They knew what the target was. Object Shredder with on that sploosh is going to be very useful. As Ash tries to make it a 3rd time. Not quite.
40 position cracking a bit, but ooh. No.
Oh,
They
they were
haven't got
so
it.
close to getting a thing in.
Yep. They didn't have the 8th clown. Yeah. Okay, I think they've maybe seen that beacon now. It's not there anymore.
Good.
Yeah, I've got
Yep,
1
Hell
minute
Dooley
left.
is taking up space again. Deceptively long range on those Squelchers, taking down Spray and Pray there. 2 down.
No,
They
and
have
that's
another-
another power clam hit.
Oh, another clam missed though.
It's gonna be tough to come back from this, but I guess still technically possible. Nope,
Mm-hmm.
never mind.
Oh.
Are they gonna get that last clam in?
Yep,
are.
and that's a
That's
knockout. Ooh, yeah, the staggering on Spray and Praise. They had good, they had just not quite enough numbers when it comes to, like, the pushes they did make. But the strategies they used, using the Kraken to try and get in, that was definitely, like, the right way to go. But just not quite enough against the Helldoolies.
Oh, yeah.
As they take game 1. But I'm interested.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm interested to see what kind of mode Spray and Pray is going to be bringing into this next match.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's going to be their best mode, given how paint-thing they are, flat zones. But we'll see what they have to work with.
Mincemeat again.
Again? We've seen it like 3 times already. Oh, I hate it here. Mincemeat and Inkblot. I have a distinct feeling that they're going to be choosing Inkblot zones. Given that the Squelchers outrange everything on their team, they're probably not going to be going Mincemeat. But Inkblot, with that big thing in the middle of the zone, will probably help them like hide from like that particular range.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I would go with, but it'll be interesting to see what they go with.
They've really got to pay attention to these games, because as I said before at the beginning, Helldoolies have that ability of having all 4 from the open dodge roll. So keeping track of where each one is. It's
Yeah.
going to be tough.
Well, we are going to Inkblot zones. Oh, I hate it. I hate this. As a backliner, it's easy to get like 75% coverage, but it is tough on the front lines.
Yeah. we're having someone trade in a Hell Duty, it looks like, and we just disconnected.
Oh, yeah, we're seeing a swap. I wonder who's going to be brought in. I mean, it probably won't be changing their all dualies comp much. Alright, and that's everybody. And Phoenix coming in for Hell Dualies. As we go into Zone's Ink Blot. I don't know much about dualies, but they are pretty good painting weapons, so even though they have the upper hand, Spray and Pray is going to have to contest with that.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing with dualies is, obviously, short range. If you get into that zone, and a dualie's in there with you, you have a tough fight there.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons we didn't pick zones for as long as we did when we were playing against them. We were just like, yeah, they're all dualies. where they're gonna stop.
Yep, there's the all dualies comp. And we got the gold arrow spray coming out over the NZAP, which is probably for zones the ideal pick. Okay, so, and it's a battle in mid already.
Yep. Even coverage from both teams.
Yep.
Spray down player, looks like.
Oh, yeah, Pax is cornered. Seems to be 2-3.
They took the zone for a second though. And it's back to dualies.
Yep, as dualies are pushing forward as much as they can with that ledge. But with the Wave Breaker immediately on that ledge, meaning that as soon as they try and catch the zone, it's going to be over.
Wave Breaker from both teams.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not enough. It's like they're flanking around into the base. That's yeah. It's gonna end up well for them later. They're taking control back, so they're leaving the buff for all Hell Dualies.
Oof. MRM's backing up as much as they could, but not quite.
The blue bomb fully timed. The zone painted itself blue just the blue bomb was finishing.
Yeah, Booyah Bomb is not a painting method. Aviva trying their best, but not quite enough.
And Hell Dualies buffer is and they are now making progress again. And they're shutting down flanks. It is tough for the Hell Dualies to make progress in here.
Yeah, Dualie Squelchers have significantly more range than you think. But Ash trying and almost got the sneak.
Here. MRM, how many kills is this in one life? That was
oh, it's over.
And it's that's a knockout there for the Hell Dualies. Second win. 2-0.
Oh, can Hell Dualies be stopped?
We're gonna have a Hell Dualies sweep today.
Mm-hmm. They don't even need a backline. With 2 Squelchers on their side, they are perfectly fine range-wise. And just had just enough range against Spray and Pray to shut it down before they were even able to cap zone and get a pick.
Oh, I'm back. Oh wait, am I? No.
Be interesting to see if Splat Zones didn't work against Hell Dualies. Do Spray and Pray have anything else up their sleeves?
I believe the one mode that I haven't played against them today is Tower Control, but I'm not sure how well that's going to play out.
Let's hope they get wheel luck this time, because oh my goodness.
Oh my!
I've not been kind.
There we go.
There we are. That looks like
Gorge.
Finally, a normal
It's
stage.
not mincemeat. Now please, second wheel.
Okay, we've gone past there. We're on to Spillway.
I mean, we'll take it.
We are safe from mincemeat. No meat.
We almost had it.
No meat we mince today. Wannabe cat just realizing that everything that Hell Dualies is only meant to be dualies.
interesting to see the mode. I have a feeling that they're not going to go Undertow because of how cramped it is and just how outranged they are by the dualies.
Yeah.
So I will
Yeah.
probably go Scorch if I were them. Same deal as Inkblots, just a big thing in the middle, which I think will be to their advantage over Undertow.
Yeah, it depends on the mode, I think. They've got to pick quite wisely, I think. Ooh,
Yeah. Oh?
we have Scorch Gorge. Oh, it's on the first screen. Scorch Gorge, Tower Control.
Okay.
I did say that I haven't played today is Tower Control, so let's see if this happens to be their weakness.
Currently have like all of the Hell Julies in the private battles, so I have to shoot one off. And I think yep, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yep, that's everybody.
Alpha team. And that looks right.
Alright. I don't think we're going to be seeing much change from Hell Dualies, but I wonder if Spray and Pray is going to be bringing N-Zap or Aerospray. Because we know Venting is a junior one-trick, and Ash is a sploosh one-trick. Aviva is pretty good on the rollers, so it is all on packs to switch up the comp.
And we're going
Yeah.
in.
Alright, let's roll.
Let's see what we've got.
Okay, we got Oops All Dualies once again. We got some Dapples incoming, though. And we have a Splash. Very interesting. I can't tell if it's Neo Splash or regular.
One up to get to this
Like
tower.
Neo Splash there, I think.
Okay, so we got some Tri-Strikes incoming.
The spray
Very
spray
good
taking
to get off the
taking
tower
tower,
weapon
but
as they
take
get the
that.
pick and just immediately go to town. Oh, I
Wait,
love
wipe
the wipe
out.
up.
How it always goes. Hell Dualies, they get the only wipe out.
See, I think Tower Control is a pick for is a counter pick against the Hell Julies because they're Julies. I think they've specifically been practicing against this, so that might be why they're performing so well.
You really need the longest range thing you got and or a roller on the tower if you're
They
spraying
place the
things.
beacon down. Place the beacon down.
Oh, yep, and then coming the big bubbler on the show point.
They take the tower back, even with the bubble. Can they
Yeah.
handle it for
Oh, that take out the bonus, bro.
There's the thing about dualies on the tower. You got one in one hand and one in the other, meaning that if you're fighting someone on the tower, the dualies are gonna win.
that is a beacon there.
Nice position for the roller to be in there, I think.
And we're going to see a knockout victory. They're taking it at the end.
Oh, no,
Ooh,
They're gonna
may
push
jumped
it
in.
back.
man, it's not remake. You can't reset it. It's gonna be a long journey
Play
back.
with the Tetris gaming.
When they survive
Oh.
that dangerous storming, but they still the tower is still moving back though.
Drop roll on dualies.
Push.
Got back tower and they maintain control.
They are pushing it back, making
Nice
a
reslider.
reslider.
Alright,
Scrap.
Yeah.
Ready to watch out for all this bluing.
yep, and
scrap
Ash,
clearing up.
they take care of that as best they can with the hammer. But getting into a 2v1, are they gonna be able to make it? Oh, they took one down.
Oh, they got to push it, so they're cracking on the tower. That's a good strat. Stop really going to the tower while they're cracking on there.
The crack on the
Mhm.
tower is a proven strat.
Skirmish around tower, there's currently one team running on around the tower. But now it's three. Three can help
Hell.
there.
Ooh, nice bomb.
3 Hell Dualies all in a row right there. I'd suction bomb them too.
Neo Splash really proving the correct choice there. Wow. just got so many tower-sized things. It's perfect this mode. Ooh, grab there.
Oh, and the
lag.
crab shutting off. Yeah. Man, it's so close to cracking, too. And with another wipeout.
Oh,
But
wipeout.
That's going to be tough to come back from. Not impossible, but definitely tough.
Ooh,
with the double kill! Oh, he gets another one with the reef slider. May going to town. He says he doesn't think when playing, but seems to be working out just fine. Has get 2 kills again.
Another one with a crab on tower. And that is game.
Oh, and that's game. Absolutely.
What a game.
That is not just sweep, but a knockout sweep for Hell Doolies.
Oof, yeah. They are surely proving to be a formidable foe in this tournament. Oh, we gotta go up against them tomorrow. Oh no.
Good luck.
Thanks, we're gonna need it.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to fight them.
Yep.
I'm
All I
hoping
can
that,
say
like,
is try and keep track of where they are.
yeah.
It's gonna be
We'll
tough, but they can
figure
move
out
around.
we'll figure out our plan against them. We gotta have a plan, right? But man, Spray and Pray did really well for tower control. I think the cover really helped them a lot in mid, and just trying to keep it painted as much as can, like, helped delay the knockout.
Let's just log these in the big table. I think that might be it for today.
Oh, and this is a Hell Doolies' first 2 games as well. They still
I
have the
know.
possibility of getting a full sweep. Strings, it's up to you and your team to stop them. No one else can.
No pressure! Wait, are Hell Dualies only up against...
Don't worry, they're also against default team.
Okay, I am interested to see that match up with Sent on the Charger being able to
they're
shut
gonna be-
down, because that's the thing. If
that's-
like
That's
somebody
an
can
unfortunate
outrange
record
them, they could shut them down.
here. Yeah, that is an unfortunate record here for Spray and Pray. They have not won any of their matches they have played.
They have won
is-
in spirit.
They have one. They committed to their bit,
They have won our hearts.
and they picked a match off of us. So hey,
So I think that might be it for today.
yep,
So
that was
we-
our last match.
Let's get the schedule up. So we've got 4 more games tomorrow at whatever time this fits into time zones. I realise there's a lot of Americans that have a completely different time than what I have. So
Wait, isn't that 5 games tomorrow?
oh yeah, oh
Oh.
god, it's a 5-hour stream.
Oh my
I
god.
forgot. It's gonna be a
Hey,
fun one.
a break in the middle there. Refrastal's playing in the middle.
So shall see you all tomorrow, and that is the end of the stream.
All right.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
Thanks for tuning in,
Bye.
everybody.